So I got Skylar here to my left. I got Tommy in the back seat behind Skylar, and behind me is Don. I'm sure you've seen him today throughout the videos and going to all the race shops. I just want to do a quick little car ride analysis with everyone and see what we thought about today, favorite shops, just kind of go over a little summary of the day. What was y'all's favorite shop that we went to today?
Boys, go ahead. You are the newbies, where Tommy's a newbie.
Well, this is my first time going through all the shops, and I mean, I'm a Denny fan, if you haven't found out on it by now.
He's a Denny stooge.
But I do have to say the best shop was Hendrick's. Just
Say it one more time, Tommy, for the people in the back.
And all the history in there.
Say it one more time. What was the best?
I said JGR.
Yeah.
But Hendrick's had a lot of stuff, a lot of history in there, and it's cool to see it all.
Don?
I always like going to Hendrick too because I go over and see the 5 car, the car that won the first race, and I called Jeff and we talked, standing there looking at the car, and we kind of go over that story a lot, and we remember that if he hadn't won that race at Martinsville, there would not be 300 wins. They would not be 40 years. There never would have been a Hendrick Motorsport without that one win at Martinsville. So, and it was fun to talk to him about that and reminisce.
My take on it, guys, is Hendrick's is the best, but I'm tired of Hendrick always just being the best. So I'm going to pick a different one than Hendrick. No disrespect to them, because Kyle Larson is my favorite. Stuart Haas I thought was pretty cool to be kind of, I guess, confusing when you go to their shop and see how nice a facility and just the way things are ran, a lot of cars, a lot of stuff, and the rumors going on right now that they're going to fold up, possibly. It's kind of weird seeing a nice shop and all well-ran business, and it makes you wonder why is them rumors flying, what's going on. We'll see what happens, but I think Stuart Haas was my favorite today of what I've seen.
And the weird thing is they haven't heard a word. Nobody in that shop has heard a word.
Yeah, other than the media outlets. It's all he said, she said.
It's definitely a rumor mill, silly season going on.
You tell us.
I really like Hendrick. If you're a history buff and you're in it for the history, you have to go to Hendrick Motorsports, especially if you've never did the shops before. Let me tell y'all something. That one is worth its weight in gold. There is so much history. Helmets are everywhere from all the drivers, all the cars. I'm not just talking current drivers. I'm talking about past drivers. We got Daytona 500 cars in there that have won. We got the famous car that kept Hendrick Motorsports in business. We got, of course, the newest, latest, greatest cars in there as well, on the lines of Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson's championship cars. Just a really good place overall. However, Stuart Haas, first time going there, super impressed with the facility. It's really cool. They got the Haas F1 team on the property as well. So if you're an F1 buff, kind of like me, definitely will appreciate that. And if you'll see in the video earlier, I'm sure y'all saw that they have an F1 car in the NASCAR shop that you can view. Also, shout out to Front Row Motorsports. That's my team. That's my driver. That shop is definitely nothing special along the lines of big, great, huge merch shop, retail store. You walk on in, it's literally a stairwell leading upstairs to where people are working, and you hang a left and there's a small gift shop with a couple shirts on racks, like mom and pop feel. So if you're in the area and you're doing the shops, I think you should definitely hit the small shops, small teams. We're talking JTG, we're talking FRM, Front Row Motorsports. Hit those small guys, check them out, and then go to the big shops too. It's really kind of a humbling experience to see these guys, making it work on low resources. I want to touch back on that SHR thing. Definitely heard a lot of rumors, heard that they might be selling the whole facility, the whole everything. There's also talks about maybe just 2 charters going away. It's kind of like Don said. Don did a lot of the talking today. He did a lot of the undercover scoops. I'm going to tell y'all now, he talked with a lot of people. Now, then people might have been told not to say nothing to us, YouTube stooge.
Don don't talk to a lot of people, does he?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Don's a good talker. You need investigation work, he's your man. I'm going to tell you now, watch him. He'll get the info. You won't even know you gave it on up. But, not
a true journalist does.
True journalist. He's got the years of experience under his belt, I tell you. Everyone there is still working, and working hard. It looks like to try to get finishes, and they're not letting any of the rumors stop them, it looks like. I mean, they are on full force, especially with Noah starting to get his feet on up under him and getting some good runs together. What's y'all's take on the SHR stuff and movement? Is that something that y'all think is going to happen, or think it's hearsay? What's your takes?
2 charters are gone. 2 charters are staying. Don't know which drivers. Me personally, be honest with you, I don't really care. I am a Noah fan from Junior Motorsports days. I'm a Josh Berry fan, but I'm more of a Noah fan. So as long as Noah keeps the ride, I'm okay. I think with the other 2 that's been there a while, they haven't showed much success. So if Noah continues to grow and then Josh Berry continues to grow, I don't see how you get rid of the 2 guys that are putting up good finishes and solid runs for guys that you've had for years that are hit and miss every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Tommy, what's your take on it? What do you think is going to happen with them?
I think I have to pretty much side with Skylar on that one. I do think Noah has pretty much solidified his seat at Stewart-Haas. I'm not such a fan of him, but I'm very impressed with how he's been driving this year, especially with the setback that he had last year. He's had a really big bounce back year.
I think one of the big issues for Ford was that Tony has taken such a big step back, and he's concentrating so much in drag racing. And without him there, Gene Haas he's running his CRC business. There really isn't any real direction there, and I think that's why Ford is kind of pulling their support there. They're not as interested in him. And quite frankly, Tony likes NHRA because basically you show up, you go through, it's a very simple inspection process, and then you just go racing. And NASCAR, there's 1,000 different things they're looking for, and he's just tired of that. He's tired of all the, if you're off by 1,000th of an inch, you get penalized, and he's just turned off by it, and he's happy with his new life with Leah and drag racing. And so I think maybe he's just lost interest, and because of that, I think maybe Ford has lost interest in them. So that might be an underlying reason, and that might be what's fueling a lot of this talk.
Yeah, I completely agree. Also, this week, I'm sure a lot of you people that are following NASCAR closely got Bob Pockris on social and any of the NASCAR on social. We saw that Michael McDowell has announced he's leaving Front Row Motorsports and now pursuing a ride with Spire. Very interesting to me with Front Row getting a Tier 1 partnership now with Ford, and maybe Stewart-Haas losing that. Their contract's up this year with their Tier 1. That could be fueling some of the talks, I think, with charters as well. Them losing the Tier 1, FRM kind of stepping in, being aligned with Penske. What's y'all's take on the Michael McDowell news? I mean, I feel like that was huge. The first move of silly season so early.
I think that something's been brewing there. Maybe Front Row's ready to bring in another young gun, and Michael knew that he wasn't going to be the selection to stay. Obviously, Todd's kind of young still and up and coming. So maybe he knew that there was no longevity there, and Spire stepped up and said, hey, there's a veteran driver that runs good. Let's bring him over and help take that young team maybe and guide it in a direction there. Michael's a solid dude, solid driver. In reality, is he going to go out there and just, kick butt every week? No. But is he going to go out there and give you solid runs and take care of your equipment? For sure.
I think what we'll learn here soon, if it was Michael who made the decision and kind of surprised Front Row, don't be surprised if Front Row just lets them go and they put their driver in quick.
Yeah,
that's usually what's going to happen.
So you're saying it could kind of be like a Tyler Reddick to 2311 move with RCR. Maybe tell them, hey, you can go ahead and have him if you want him, or maybe even just let him go right now and put in maybe Cole Custer, Riley Herbst. Them are some guys in the Ford pipeline. Tommy,
and he would still be ready to go to Stewart-Haas next year. It's a lot like Harrison Burton. Yes. It actually is on contract with Penske. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, I think Michael McDowell over to Spire, I think it's going to be a good move for him. He's been kind of spotty this season. And I mean, he gets a win on a road course, but I think with Spire and their equipment, he should be able to maybe finish a little higher, more consistently.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's a great move for Michael in the long run. I do think with him being older, I think that's a huge downfall for him with front row, especially with them getting tier 1. They're growing. I think they're looking for a young talent, but I do believe this was 100% a Michael McDowell decision to move over to Gamebridge and Spire Motorsports, because Gamebridge is pumping the money to Spire. Let me tell y'all something. That company is going to blow on up, I got a feeling, within the next year or two, and be a powerhouse team. And when I say powerhouse, I don't think it'll quite be to the level of maybe Hendrick Motorsports, but I do think they will surpass Richard Childress Racing along the lines of the rankings and Cup. Yeah, that's the hot take.
Prediction.
Hot take.
Bold prediction.
They got experience there, and Michael can bring even more coming on over. Well, I say experience. They got Carson. He's a young gun, right? He could use someone like Michael. And they got the squirrel himself, Corey LaJoy, who just keeps stacking pennies, but he's crashing cars quicker than he can stack his pennies. So that's an issue right there, if you ask me. So good move for Michael. Good move, I think, for Spire to pick up someone like Michael. Potent to win on road courses and stuff, and super speedways for sure. We'll see how it goes, though, in the long run. See how it plays on out. See if it works out in the wash for him. I sure hope it does. But I think that's been pretty much all of our excitement today. Kind of all the news in NASCAR.
If you're in Charlotte, go by and eat at Michael Waltrip's Tap Room. That was pretty good. Little grub we had earlier.
Yeah, it's got some good booze in there, I would say. Some good beers.
A lot
some
of Michael Waltrip beer. Yeah.
So really cool. That's right there by the Charlotte Speedway, right there by Hendrick Motorsports. A lot of the shops are right there in that area. You can hit Trackhouse, Hendrick, if I'm not mistaken, RFK's in that area. So a lot of cool little spots right there. And,
if you collect diecast, go to the mall, to the Lionel store. You will find diecast for everyone.
Yep.
It's pretty impressive. You think you're walking into a train store and they have a NASCAR section in the back that honestly blew my mind. I collect diecast, and I was pretty impressed.
For those of you who have gone to Charlotte for years and years, Michael Waltrip is the old Quaker Lube steak, right there on Bruton Smith Boulevard, right next to Hooters. So, but anyway, if you remember the old Quaker steak.
Yep. So this weekend, just a little roundup of our game plan. We are going to be in Darlington this weekend for all 3 events, the truck race, the Xfinity race, and after the Xfinity race, we plan on going to Florence, go and watch some grassroots racing. That's what I really, truly love and I'm passionate about, is grassroots racing, whether it be dirt, asphalt, whatever. I like seeing them working men going out there and absolutely rip around the track. We're also going to be at the Cup race Sunday, so if you watch this, and you see us there, come run on up and say, hey, what's up? Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know your opinions on some of these questions that we asked and hot takes. I also do apologize that the video has been a little shaky. We are on these rough South Carolina roads while we're doing this, because we want to give you our true, raw, and unfiltered, uncensored opinions about, what we experience. We are going to be doing this after each race. We're going to do a little race day recap. I think I like that. How you guys think that sound? A little race day recap? Y'all down?
Yep.
All right.
Coming at you.
Coming at you, baby. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe.